Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing a Chevy Colorado LT. I'm going to include a link to Larry Miller, Chevy and Murray's website in the description down below. They're providing this truck. I'll also include Nick's name. He's the person that you'd want to go through if you're looking for a new Chevy. And then as always, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.7-liter four-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town, and then 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 310 horsepower and then 430 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, this is one of the few cars with white paint where you can kind of see what's happening because the body lines are so distinctive. Now with this LT package, you actually get these nice upgraded headlights compared to like a base model Colorado. Fog lights as well. Got the traditional Chevy bow tie, and then this does still have recovery points there at the bottom. They're kind of hard to see on camera, and then it also comes with an air dam. And altogether, I think it looks pretty sharp. The contrast between the darker and the lighter elements looks good in this truck. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 265/60, 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see with the wheels, you got the silver mixed with the metallic gray. And then with the fender here, you can see you've got that cut there, no fender flare though. And then notice with the bottom there, with the paint, I don't know if it's going to pop up on camera, but they have the paint that way so that, rock chips and debris when they hit, they're not just going to chip it up, which is cool. And then here's your full side profile with this Colorado LT. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We got remote start, and then you have the Chevy bow tie there on the back. And popping to the rear, tailgate is dampened, so it slow lowers down. This also has the storage compartment, so just move these to the side, and then just pick up the tab here, and you got some storage inside. It is easiest to close with two hands because you kind of press this down and then lock those. With the bed, nothing crazy. We do have an outlet though, which is always a nice feature. Lifting up the tailgate, it's relatively light. Chevrolet there, stamped into the tailgate, and then you got Colorado, you got the bumper steps, and then these taillights, a little bit nicer than the base line. I just noticed because I just reviewed a base Trail Boss. Anyways, putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with the LT. Now inside we actually have this nice soft touch with the stitching. You can see the storage. And then with the seats, soft touch as well. You got some stitching here on the side. And then you can pick this tab up and then lift up the seat. There's a little bit of storage underneath. It's not a massive storage compartment though. Legroom back here, it's not bad. Pretty typical for a mid-size pickup truck though. So if you want lots of space, get full size. Storage pocket. Got some cup holders. We have vents with some USBs as well. The rear window, it is manual for the operation. And then headroom, it's good. Now take a look at the front door panel. Soft touch, and down below with the stitching. All of our window controls, notice that front one is automatic. Mirror adjustments. Blind spot running with these mirrors. And then the payload on this one is 1,517 pounds. And then here's the seat. Again, you got the soft touch trim. Look at the stitching here on the side. Power adjustments on the side as well. Trailer brake controls, and then you can see with the stitching and soft touch here on that little part of the dash. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, soft touch all around. You got nice stitching on the center. The rear radio controls on the back of the steering wheel. You've got practical controls like your voice command, heat steering wheel control, cruise control as well. Then you got your singular stock there, which is always funny. And then just like other Colorados, if you press that little pages icon on the gauge cluster, you can change the information that it shows. There's lots of different gauge views. So I think it's pretty cool with how customizable it is. Now this comes with a 360 camera system. And first off, just like other GM product, resolution's very sharp. Man, is it because there's a plastic covering? It's not really picking up my finger too well, but yeah, good camera system. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, yeah, what the heck? Got the light controls built in, but it's, I don't know if you guys are seeing this. Maybe it's because the plastic covering on it, but It's not responding in kind to how it usually does with the screens. Okay, I figured it out. The screen was still loading, like the whole system, so that's why with the camera it was so sluggish, because now it's very quick, so I guess it takes this screen a second to boot up. Anyways, stitching and everything across the dash, and then that nice trim goes to the vent. So it looks a little bit more premium compared to... And the vents are painted, like on the outside. A little bit more premium. But anyways, dual zone climate, heated seats. Kind of hard to see that, but there you go. That rolls down all the windows at once. Auto stop, start, lane departure, auxiliary. Got your wireless phone charging pad. Drive line select. So just in advanced 4-wheel drive system. No 2-speed transfer case. Shifter for the 8-speed. Got your parking brake. Some cup holders. Good storage. Nice trim here on the top, by the way. And then, yeah, pretty good. The glove box. And then this does have a sunroof up top as well. So here's our window sticker for this LT. You can see all the standard equipment quite a bit. There's your base MSRP. Now the LT lets you add a lot of different options, which changes the interior and exterior quite a bit. There's your total MSRP, $47,135. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, both mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear. And let us set off in the LT. So first off, seats feel about the same as those. The Trail Boss had like the vinyl seats, and these feel pretty similar in terms of everything. I don't think a person would be able to tell the difference. They sat in one seat over the other. Be oh, like this one's vinyl. Well, this one's leather seats. I think that feel pretty much the same for most people. Now, aside from that, doesn't feel too different from the Trail Boss. This doesn't have the same suspension lift and everything. Ooh, we got lucky. It doesn't feel too different. Ooh. Now that's an acceleration. I love the Turbo Max. For a 4-cylinder engine, it's quite impressive. You know, I think it'll be interesting to see this in more vehicles as time goes on. You know, maybe we'll see this in like the Blazer. I know they got the 2.0 turbo in the Blazer, but you know, maybe when they get rid of that 3.6 V6 out of, you know, Blazer and Traverse, maybe we'll see it in those too. Yeah, it's just great torque, good power. I would say it performs well. Now in terms of the drivability, the LT is actually a little more comfortable than the Trail Boss. Makes sense, the Trail Boss is lifted a bit. So, makes sense as to why the LT would be a little more comfortable, a little bit lower to the ground so it handles a little bit better. And not being lifted, the suspensions, and it seems like whenever you lift a vehicle, even if it's factory, it seems like it always makes the suspension a little bit harsher, unless gotta put the big unless, you know, specialty shocks are added or something like that, you know. So just kind of depends. But yeah, I mean, it drives well. Hybrid limited. Anyways, let's get one last acceleration. Yeah, it's solid. So LT, see MSRP again. I'm having brain fog today. 47,000. I mean, I think it goes without saying. I know I keep comparing to the new Tacoma, but everyone is talking about the new Tacoma. The Ford Ranger hasn't quite hit dealer lots yet, or at least here in Utah. So it'll be interesting to add that to the conversation, but this is the same price as an SR5. Goodness gracious. So I don't know about you, but you know, depending on how long you plan on keeping the truck for, who knows. And I mean, I actually, you know, I will say this, Toyota's already had issues with that new Tacoma, right? I mean, if you watch TFL, It's like one of the only channels I personally watch. TFL Off-Road, to be more exact. I don't know, I love that channel so much. They had issues with their Tacoma. It broke down off-road. And so with TFL's truck breaking down, and you know what I've heard from other people, it's kind of concerning about the new Tacoma in terms of the reliability of that truck. So with what we know so far, I think that the new Colorado, with where it's priced at, I think it's the one to go for. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'd rather have heated seats, dual zone climate, nice steering wheel for the same money as a base model cloth seat truck. That's just me. Let me know what you think.